Hello everyone, welcome to a new video for Ethereum, Solana and injective price prediction based on Elliott Wave analysis. We're gonna start with the 2-hour chart for Ethereum. After yesterday rebound, Ethereum could not really reach above the 1-to-1 fib level, which is a key level here for a potential reversal. And we see, of course, an ABC after an impulse downward. So we have an A B, and a C potentially unfolding for, of course, lower prices here. Now, what to mention, of course, is that this zigzag can be, of course, a wave 2, where we are looking for a confluence between the targets, of course, between the 1-to-1 fib level for a zigzag and also the fib levels for a 0.5, 0.618. Now, basically, the time requirement for this wave 2 is not looking good, honestly. Because the time required is 0.38 here, and we see, of course, a very fast zigzag. Now, it can be, of course, a little bit fast, but preferably that it was to range a little bit more as an ABC before dropping down directly, which it might, of course, be a risk here to turn into kind of like an impulsive wave downward. I'm of course afraid to say so, and that because of course we are looking here potentially in a A, B, and a C, 3 waves down, and potential if this is gonna happen, well, this impulse is gonna transform to something, of course, as a W, X, and a Y, where you see, of course, double zigzag, but it's very unlikely to see this. I mean. It's, of course, the possibility for the ABC as a wave 2 is still there, unless if it's going to transform to 3 waves down, 3 waves up again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's going to even take more time to finish up, of course, as is a potential correction. And that's why we might see, of course, a very fast zigzag here that it might be unfolding. But the thing is that I'm wondering why we see, of course, very fast move toward the downside. Why not taking, of course, a longer range as usual, even that this is exactly what it did before, and now, of course, we see a very fast move. So we gotta be careful from a 1-2 also in case that this is happening. So we gotta be careful from it as a 1, 2, and then 3, 4, and a 5, just because of the aggressivity and the fast timing that it moves toward the downside here. Okay, so this is only the only reason that I'm calling this potentially. Now, in case that we are in an ABC, this wave C is very close to be done and finished 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Your wave 5 internally on the 15-minute chart micro level, you have a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. So potentially one more leg to finish up, of course, this potential zigzag wave C can be extended to the 1-to-1 fib level. Well, it can be, of course, even it can be extending here as double 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. So we gotta be careful with it. If this happens and that we break the 1-to-1 fib levels, this is a key level, of course, that you might seek, of course, for 1.618, and this is where we call, of course, a potential reversal or deep correction for Ethereum. Might be a wave C here after a potential 3 waves down, 3 waves up, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, of course, for a wave C here that it might be unfolding. So we gotta be careful with it. We gotta watch it step by step. So we're gonna watch the 4K 216, and of course we take it from there. If we see a rebound toward the upside, then okay, we get a signal that we might be, of course, in a potential longer correction, because of course if we bottom here, we bottom before, of course, the time required. But it can be also sometimes, of course, I mean, the time is not a rule, it's just a guideline. It can be still, of course, a 1-2, and of course kind of like a fast momentum to move for higher, because this, by the way, if this happens, this is a 1-2 of a major wave 3, of the most explosive and, of course, impulsive wave toward the upside. So it might accelerate the momentum, of course, in a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Understandable if this happened, but of course we need a better signal for that. So for Solana, we are looking here at potential scenarios as a 1, 2, and then of course we have followed by double 1, 2s again, which it can be, of course, something unfolding for higher in case that we are in a diagonal here. Somehow like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 also can be possible, meaning you need, of course, one more high. But if we are bearish here, of course, we gotta be careful from the W, X, and a Y, where you might have W, X, and a wave Y zigzag toward the upside. and starting, of course, an impulse after it, right? So if this is the top of your wave Y here, that means, of course, this might be an impulse wave 1, wave 2, and then dropping down. Turning, of course, this potential impulse, which we're going to see, of course, closer here to something corrective, meaning W and an X here and a wave Y in double zigzag again, which is not nice, yeah, if this happens. And what we see after it, because of course you might be in an impulse here, and if this is gonna transform to WX and a Y, faking or mimicking an impulse here, this is a big trap. And of course, this is an impulse finished already in 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 4 5 in a wave A. Potentially the wave B was given yesterday, another trap, of course, above the 1-to-1 fib level, and I believe even it has took the, let's go 15-minute chart, and let's if we take the wave 3, let's say 1 2 3 4 and a 5, let's say, even, yeah, even here it was not yet clear even that it is a 1-2, by the way. Meaning, if you are in a 1 2 3 4 and a 5, what is your wave 5? The wave 4 invalidation, and that's why it might turn, of course, into a correction. Yep. So this is a possibility here. But even like if this was the case, I mean, we have passed the 1.618. Yes, we have overshooted with the 1.618, which is very weird, honestly. And then we saw a sideways range, which is even much more weird. A, B, C, D, and a E. Where is the move towards the upside? Very dramatic crypto market. Again, I repeat today, I mentioned this in the previous video, it's a dramatic crypto market always. And we see, of course, these traps most of the time. Now, what I see here is even hard to call it kind of an impulse, because if this is your high here, potentially 1 2 3 4 5 as expanding a diagonal again, which is horrible, right? Forcing the market to move downward, you know, forcing it. And then wave 2, and then wave 3, 4, and a 5. Meaning, can be, of course, can be an A, B, and a C unfolding here. And that might be, of course, your wave C for a wave 2. Now, basically, for the timing for Solana can be very close, by the way. It's a little bit different than Ethereum. It can be very closer, yeah, if in case we're gonna finish a wave C over there. Well, we hit the blue box with the fib time and fib level. So that would be perfect for Solana if it, of course, move for higher one more time again. So possibilities for a correction wave 2, I would say in bullish scenario, still there. Okay, so we're still there in ABC, and we're looking, of course, for higher one more time again in 1 2 3 4 and a 5. So the things are still, of course, looking fine for the bullish, but of course, I mean, I was expecting maybe ABC and moving higher. The signal yesterday, of course, was broken again. And we see, of course, something dramatic one more time today. It can be, of course, finishing a wave C here, transforming to ABC, and then, of course, continuation toward the upside. If we break this level, those levels, of course, let's take a key level for Solana here as 1-to-1 fib level, which it might be a zigzag over there. 1-to-1 fib level, $210 is very essential, of course. Can be a wave C, can be a wave 2. It can be, of course, going deeper here and then, of course, start to move for higher. Now, is it necessary to hit the 1-to-1? Of course not. Don't forget uncommon target 0.618. Can be, of course, a 1 2 3 4 5. It can transform to ending diagonal, maybe simply taking the low and then moving toward the upside. So we gotta watch, of course, this low. Once taken, we have to keep eyes open, of course, for a reversal. Yep, so that's it regarding Solana. Let's see the next one, which is Injective. So Injective is one of the, yeah, not looking good, yeah, as an altcoin. Because, of course, today we categorized a little bit the altcoins in the Discord, where I mentioned that, yeah, some coins are performing fine. Some coins are better performing, and some are really bad, really bad, like FET and Render, unfortunately taking the low again, invalidation of the impulse that we got already, and of course we seek for something lower even. So yeah, Injective is in the mid performance. I would say its performance is still, of course, preserving the wave 4 here in case we are, but very low possibility, guys. After a 1 2 1 2 1 2, you have wave 3 4 5, and currently a wave 4 in the blue scenario, where the invalidation is not taken yet. You took the low, but it's not taken yet. And of course, if we see the invalidation taken 11.96, I would say, okay, there is no impulse anymore. This is definitely an ABC or W, X, and a Y. It can be ABC, by the way, in case this is kind of a diagonal, A, B, and a C. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 extended, of course. And then, of course, dropping down. Now, this drop down, of course, we see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, potentially, definitely this expanding diagonal, which I hate it the most. As I told you, I don't trust it always. And here we go. It has transformed to something corrective. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, knowing that, yeah, you did not potentially invalidate here the 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. But this is a good signal. If this is your wave 5 finished, meaning, of course, ABC should move toward the upside very, very soon. So if we don't reverse today, well, okay, expect a potential invalidation for Injective. Yep, so these are the updates for Ethereum, Solana, and Injective. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes and comments. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.